Hello, I'm David Evans, speaking about painter and performance artist Kent Mookman. Kent Mookman, who is Cree, is one of North America's leading indigenous artists. He first trained as an abstract painter, but after learning about his family's history and Canadian government sponsored religious schools, which forced indigenous children to assimilate into Euro Canadian culture, he committed instead of reinserting First Peoples' histories and experience into the predominant narratives of Western cultures. He does this by approaching images, motifs, and techniques from art history, particularly the authoritative language of a broad category of art called history painting. Kent Monkman reverse art history colonial gaze. He created a different technique and time of change from what they did in the past and created his own style to it. Kent Monkman is a Canadian First Nations artist of Cree ancestry. He is a member of the Fisher River Band, situated in Manitoba's Interlake region. He is both a visual as well as performance artist, working in a variety of media such as paintings, film, video, and installation. He was born in 1965 and currently he is 55 years old. This painting, introduced in the Met, Kent Monkman Cree 1965, welcoming the newcomers 2019. Acrylic on canvas, 132 by 264 inches. What made me chose this painting? Why? Because the colors were so vibrant. There's something interesting in everybody's positioning in the composition. I like how the tones of the reds were matching off the water crashing onto the island, and everybody is just looking like in despair and hope, and so much is going on right now. So this painting was really interesting, and mainly because of the lady here in the heels with the red scarf being shined underneath the clouds. I saw this and I just wanted to talk about it. This commission, primarily titled Mistalvik, derives from a Cree word meaning wooden boat people. It originally applied to French settlers, but Monkman uses it to refer to all Europeans who colonized the so-called New World. Welcoming the newcomers dramatically recreates their arrival, as they brought with them institutions of religion and slavery. The native inhabitants display a range of responses towards the newcomers. Resurgence of the people, the second painting, is a testament to and celebration of indigenous resiliency over time, particularly in the face of pernicious and persistent colonizing forces, both political and cultural. The second painting shows peace and hope as you see the man or woman demonstrated leadership and has all his people on the wooden boat as they draft through the treacherous rivers. The Europeans are stuck on an island with their guns with no escape as these people row to peace. Emmanuel Leut's America in 1816 to 1868, Washington crossing the Delaware, oil on canvas. This is a excellent example of history painting in comparison to what Mockman has demonstrated in the last painting. This plays a key role in this project. Monkman's paintings, installations, and performance challenge art history's colonial narratives and provokes public institutions, especially museums, into acknowledging and representing indigenous perspectives and voices and accounts of our shared history. Welcoming the newcomers and resurgence of the people team with identifiable references to European and North American paintings and sculptures in the Met collection. For instance, viewers may spot subtle nods of European old masters Titan and Peter Paul Rubens, and their depictions of the Greco-Roman story of Venus and Adonais. But Moltmann's paintings are particularly distressing in their reference to work by Euro-American artists who depicted indigenous subjects, especially those that make the myth of the quote-unquote vanishing race. By presenting native cultures as noble and a state of gradual and inevitable extinction. Immediately, you can see here when this lady in the middle has the same reference as Venus with their back structure and composition. Also using the vibrant reds matching off the blues and regular earth tones. Some people are distressed. There's a lot happening with families. The indigenous people are helping the Europeans. And there's also an African American. I feel as Moltmann is with Danto's theory, as Danto summarizes, to see something as art requires something the eye cannot descry, an atmosphere, artistic theory, and knowledge of the history of art and art world. This idea, later expanded upon by the philosopher George Dickey, is also popularly known as the institutional theory of art. Moltmann's paintings highlight the museum as both a byproduct and beneficiary of colonizing forces, and illuminate how encyclopedia art museums perpetuate settlers' perspectives of history. In this regard, his commission is part of a larger institutional reconsideration of the museum's responsibility to attend more vigorously to new and broader perspectives on history and culture as they relate to our wide-ranging collection. Once I saw this painting, how I felt like this was related to a real-life experience, I found out that I'm actually a part of the Blackfoot Indian tribe, and these are just some of the people that I found. You could tell the similarities and how the indigenous compositions they got from each other. You can tell they're indigenous by the way they got their tribe, their clothes. Some of them have braids, their facial structures. I thought in all this painting was very good. I'm glad I ran into this person. I might search more of his artwork and see where else he's gone with his art. Thought it was really good. Maybe someday I might go back and try to take some of his styles and use some of the techniques he's used. I like that this is very large in scale, and museums really take a good look at that. And that is it. Thank you.